basketball time at Arrow Arena. Welcome into the Arrows Broadcast Network presented by Sarver Paving. Brandon Wells and Dave Schwartz up in the Priest Dental broadcast booth, and it is the last home game of the season for Arrows basketball. That's boys or girls, and it's the Arrows and the Blue Streaks from Sandusky. Thanks for joining us, everybody, here in the Countdown to Tip-Off pregame show presented by Ashland Eye Care. The Arrows and the Blue Streaks coming up next. We'll be right back after this.
Where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Welcome back to Arrow Arena. Brandon Wells and Dave Schwartz here. The Arrow pregame show presented by Ashland Eye Care. Dave, when we talk about the Arrows, you know, they're coming in 11-9, 6-6, middle of the pack in the OCC. Not a terrible showing. But Lexington with that big win last week, boy, we had a chance to steal one from them here.
Yeah, had the shot there, just couldn't get over that hump at the end. You know, would have loved to have seen the Arrows take that one there. But, you know, like you said, middle of the pack, not a bad spot in the OCC this year for the Arrows. Really, they would like to have done better, but real tough competition in the OCC on the boys' side this year.
And the Arrows, as far as the bracket goes, will play the winner of Lexington and Madison. That is 1 week from tonight. We all assume Lexington will win that game, but you never know. That's why you play the games. Guys get hurt, guys get sick, guys get hot, and guys get cold.
Yeah, I mean, who's going to show up to play is kind of what it always boils down to. So, yeah, like you said, you expect to be playing Lexington, but you never do know.
We've been in that situation, Dave, where, you know, as a coach where you have to pick a seed, and Lexington obviously with a higher seed, I mean a spot on the bracket. Lexington chose, instead of getting the bye, to take a home playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, that just keeps your guys in rhythm, playing that first home, especially, you know, with the way they've restructured and you get that home game now. Many years ago, it was always on a neutral site. So you get that home game, get your guys, you know, still in the same frame of basketball. Plus, you don't have a big drought between your last game and your next game for guys to get stiff or not really think about basketball as much.
Out of rhythm, right?
Yeah.
I like that as well, and you'll see that the bracket for the Northwest Division III OHSAA tournament brought to you by Whitaker Myers, providing solutions for your insurance, benefits, and wealth management needs since 1869. Offices right here in Ashland and over in Worcester. Back after this.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way, from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Arrows and Blue Streaks here in the Ashland Eye Care pregame show, getting ready to square off in the final regular season game here at Arrow Arena. The Arrows will take on the winner of Lexington and Madison. Meanwhile, the Blue Streaks are going to take on Tiffin Columbian this Thursday, so kind of a warm-up for that one. Pre-game guest, nothing today. Josh Bull will join us at halftime from Bill Harris Ford, and looking forward to talking with Mr. Bull, big man. Meanwhile, you can catch all the action in Arrows Athletics down at South Street Grill. Your home to catch all the games if you can't get here in person. Arrows basketball all season long. Tonight's our last broadcast. We're not going into the postseason. Too many complications, but Coach Vipperman's about to join us here, and we're happy to have the Vip Drip jumping in here. Coach, welcome to the Priest Dental broadcast booth, my friend.
You got me?
I got you. You hear us?
I got you. I hear you.
Hey, we're glad to have you up here. Look, Sandusky comes in. They've got some size. What do you expect to see from them?
Oh, they're going to expect pressure, just like you've seen all the first two games already. Lots of pressure, up and down, and they're just going to get after. So, fortunately, to speed up, make turnovers after playing fast. But fortunately for them, that's how we like to play.
What are the plans that the Arrows are looking to do here tonight?
We're going to get out and run just as much as they are. Probably press maybe a little bit. You know,
First team to 80 wins?
Yeah, I think that's a fair. I think that's a good over/under. I think.
Talking with you, and I was talking with Coach Hess earlier, and he was saying, you know, they're not like necessarily the big post players, but they have some length, and we're gonna have to take care of the basketball.
They have the 6'5" kid. That's hard, and he can move well. So that's hard to guard stuff there.
Tell us about Saturday, Madison. Boy, it was kind of the walking wounded with our guys sick.
Walking wounded and sick, and it's one of those games where you need the guys to step up, and you know it took a while, you know, but it happened. It needed to happen a little bit sooner, later than what it did. But it did, you know. Some of those guys just got to figure out how to play and what their role is and how to get it done, no matter what part of the game it is.
I don't want to look past today, but I will ask you, last question to let you get down there to the locker room. After today, we've got a little bit of a wait, and then we play the winner of Lexington and Madison. Yeah. Kind of a tough assignment there, too.
Yeah, but we're looking forward to that. I mean, after the way we played and what we did with them last time, we got a couple of wrinkles. You know, we're going to see what can happen, you know. So everybody's going to change up something to make it a little different come tournament time. So we're just going to see if we can make it work.
Well, thanks for joining us. That's JV coach and assistant varsity coach Keith Vipperman. Back after this.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Simonson Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screens. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patted burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Back here at Arrow Arena, the Arrows 11-9, 6-6 in the OCC. Sandusky 9-1 in the SBC Lake. They are the winners of the SBC Lake. Meanwhile, it's time to take a look at the Pave the Way Forward, served by Sarver Paving, serving North Central Ohio for more than 75 years. Dave, freshman and JV, some tough losses.
Got a couple tough ones there for the freshmen. 42-71 lost that one, and the JV lost 64-70. You know, both teams fought really hard, and you know, saw some really good things from some of the players out there that they're going to expect them to just improve those few little things there, so that, you know, come their varsity time, they're going to be able to step up and do what they need to.
Injury report. Thankfully, everybody is ready to go. We had A lot of illness over the past week just been ravaging this basketball team. The boys and girls teams really had some issues with illness, and glad that everybody seems to be back healthy, at least close to 100%. Coach Hess said everybody's ready to roll. We should be fine, no excuses, and here we are. So, this is sort of a warm-up game before you get into the OHSAA.
Yeah. And you say no excuses. They really have no excuses after the other night when they had, Vip just sat up here and said we had guys that were sick and out, and they were able to step up and do what they needed to do. So that was huge right there. But yeah, no excuses. You got to come in and be ready to play. Doesn't matter who you got. And, like you said, these guys are trying to just get geared up and ready for that next level, which is tournament time.
Injury report served by Goldberry Roasting, Ashland's locally owned and award-winning coffee shop right here in Ashland. Also a location up the road up there in our friends in Oberlin. We're glad to have them on board. Let's take a look at our player profile. Nathan Bernhardt, his last game of the regular season here. I love the Arrows hoop memory favorite. Tech foul after dunking on Worcester. Boy, I wish I knew what that was like.
Yeah, you never will. I mean, let's be honest here. We could actually, Brandon, we could get out the Fisher-Price and you'd be all right.
I still might not make it. I might make it, but I would get hurt is what would happen. Nathan, I saw this week, was ranked by one of the publications talking quarterbacks as the number 22 quarterback prospect.
Yeah, and still undecided right now. So everybody's looking at that going, 22, that, a lot of these colleges are thinking they want to grab him.
Nathan Bernhardt, future goals and plans, college football, AP government. How about that for a favorite class, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, sure, why not? I guess, I don't know what he wants to go into later in life, but
probably
if it's
football.
Government, well, obviously he wants to go into football.
Right.
But we all know that kind of struggle.
At some point it ends, whether it's 35 or 40, you got to do something else.
So you go into government, I mean, look at our now, is it Lieutenant Governor? Was
Jim
he not
Tressel.
the football guy, too?
The sweater vest.
There you go.
I'm all right with that. Yeah, Nathan Bernhardt, our player profile brought to you by Ashland's Hometown Law Office. Visit Andrew Bush Law Office for all of your needs. The Arrows and the Blue Streaks getting ready to get underway. We'll take a break and be right back.
Great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show guest.
Here's the student section. Coming in hot, brought to you by Sarver Paving, serving North Central Ohio for more than 75 years. Dave, what's the theme?
Looks like Jersey night to me.
Yeah, a lot of jerseys. Ohio State. I see a Cavs jersey, a lot of Buckeyes, maybe a couple Browns jerseys. Hard to tell down there. I'm all right with that. Brought to you by Sarver Paving. National anthem coming up here from Chandler Systems, presented by Chandler Systems, locally owned and operated right here in Ashland for more than 40 years. Glad to have Chandler Systems on board, all of our sponsors. Thank you so much this year for all of your help. We wouldn't be able to get on the air this year without all of your assistance. We'll pause for the playing of the national anthem and be back right after this.
On behalf of the Ashland City Schools Board of Education and the administration of Ashland High School, we'd like to welcome you to Air Arena for tonight's contest featuring our guests from Sandusky High School and your Ashland Arrows. At this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
back here at Arrow Arena. Time for the starting lineups for the Arrows first. There it is, the normal starters that we expect to see. Baith and Ediger, Sauter and Emmons, and Big Bernie in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, this is the starting lineup they've been going with pretty much all season.
So as far as everybody's healthy, yep.
Right, that's what I mean. And so I don't know why you would change it up at this point.
Starting lineups brought to you by Truly Inspired Paper Company for all your paper needs, from wedding invitations, business cards, everything in between. Truly Inspired Paper Company in Ashland and in Loudonville. The Arrows and the Blue Streaks about to get underway here. Dave, time to take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Sarver Paving. Keys to the game for the Arrows.
Keys to the game, they've got to be able to rebound tonight. You know, got to be cleaning that glass. Every time a shot goes up, they got to have 5 people boxing out, hitting those boards. And they've got to be able to handle the length and size that Sandusky comes in here with. You know, these are some big guys. They're long, and, you know, we've been told even their big guys can move well. So they got to be able to handle that. They got to keep within their own fundamentals to be able to do those kind of things.
I agree, Dave. I think taking care of the basketball, passing against some of the long arms of some of these guys over on the Blue Streaks bench coming on and off is going to be critical. Taking care, limiting turnovers. You always want to keep your turnovers under 10 if you can, and I think tonight that's a big goal here for Coach Hess's Arrows.
Yeah, I would agree.
The Arrows and the Blue Streaks about to get underway. Thanks for joining us here on the Arrows Broadcasting Network, brought to you by Sarver Paving. It is an exciting one here. We're excited to bring you Arrows basketball all season long. The Arrows, after today, off for a week, and then they'll play the winner of Lexington and Madison.
Yeah, and then, I mean, ironically, the girls who had the same, you know, didn't have that bye, actually got it because of some illness and injury from the team they were supposed to play last week in their tournament game.
That's all right, we'll take it.
Yeah.
By the Arrows and Blue Streaks getting introduced. Today's officials, Jeff Todd, Joseph Roth, and Bill Nasanti. Bill Nasanti and company will be calling all of the action out here. Officials brought to you by Valley Transportation. At the heart of the steel and aluminum hauling industry since 1973. Arrows coming out in the all-white with orange and black trim. Sandusky in the dark navy with gray and white trim. And the officials, everybody getting ready to go, but I'll tell you what, this is a kind of a lighter crowd out here today. But the tip and the colors brought to you by Linway Restaurant. Serving quality foods since 1951, and service as well.
Yeah, love to go down there and eat. You know, what can I say? It's the best hometown, old school type restaurant that we got.
He's saying he loves to eat. So if you got any...
You've not noticed that before?
You said it.
Thanks for pointing it out, Brandon.
I just wanted to put us on camera, on the Pre-Dental Broadcast booth camera up here, yeah. Well, that's all right, Dave. Blue Streaks and Arrows. And you heard Coach Vip say first team to 80. Well, I said it, and he agreed. First team to 80 is going to win this one.
It's going to be a track meet tonight.
I think so. I think so. That's all right. First quarter about to get underway here at Arrow Arena. It's Nathan Bernhardt and Jason Henlon. And he'll tip it. The Arrows win the tip. The Blue Streaks will go with Arrington, Henlon, Aaron, and Bonner, and Brown. You'll see Lately, Johnson, and Redding coming off the bench.
Brandon, I don't know if you were watching the tip there.
Probably not.
They had, I think the Blue Streaks knew they weren't getting that tip, so Henlon just took off running, trying to get Bernie's tip.
Not a strategy you see employed very often. I saw that as well, yeah. First three-pointer of the game, up and in by Pax Ediger. Flex cut on the backside, and Bernie pulls down the board. That three-pointer brought to you by BB&C Car Care. Don't walk, get your car over to BB&C Car Care. On East Main or Claremont, turnover early from the Arrows. Ediger looking underneath, and it turns into points by Kobe Brown. Double teams. Expect to see a lot of double teams from Sandusky coming off of those high picks. Baith from Alaska. A little short. Needed it to be from the Puget Sound. And another turnover. That's 2 on the Arrows already. Aaron to the basket, up with the left hand, up and in.
You know, we already see him running. A lot of pressure by Sandusky.
Edgar and the Arrows. 1 basket and 2 turnovers here early on. Edgar left alone. Nice kick to the corner. Emmons 3. In and out. 1 and done for the Arrows. Here comes Bonner. And it goes 6'5", 6'5", 6 foot, 6 foot, and 6'2". And a nice defensive play by Nathan Bernhardt on the drive to the basket.
A nice job getting up there and really being able to clear his body out of the way so he doesn't get that foul.
Zarianon Arrington. Excellent driver of the basketball. Lob into a wide open Bonner, and he misses. And Edgar tips it over to Sauter. The Arrows dodge a bullet early. And here comes Baith, and he throws it away. Turnover number 3 for the Arrows. Numbers for the Blue Streaks, and ramming it home is Azorion Brown Bonner. Arrows into the front court. 6-0 run right now for the Blue Streaks. Edgar open 3, in and out. No offensive rebound so far for the Arrows. Drive to the basket and a foul. Jason Henlin will go to the line where he shoots it at a 55% clip. First foul on Baith. That puts Henlin at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line. Another one coming for Henlin, who averages 17 a game, up and in. His first 2 points of the ball game. 4 guys with a basket so far for Sandusky.
Yeah, and you know, like we thought, they're wanting to run and just looking to push the ball every opportunity they get.
Bernie posting up inside, can't handle it initially. Turns right, spins left, up and in off the board.
Nice move there by Bernie.
Good job using the cbward.com backboard right there for all your realty needs in the Ashland, Worcester, and wherever you need them. Coldwell Banker Ward Realty, cbward.com. Arrows pick up a foul. That one's on Tyler Sauter, his first, second on the Arrows. Nice to see Bernie on that move using the backboard.
Oh, for sure, yeah, just nice, good touch on that one.
Amir Aaron working against Edgar. Lefty fires the 3 from the corner, off the rim, no good, and an over the back push going to be called on Arrington, his first. Good box out from Gabe Baith, as usual.
Yeah, you know, the smallest guy on the floor, boxing out the hardest, which, I mean, I guess he kind of has to because he is that smallest guy.
That is exactly right, my friend. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Nice cut by Nathan Bernhardt. Throws it up and in. Bernie off the cbward.com backboard again.
Yeah, off the glass again. I was thinking the same thing.
Nice job of hitting the cutter on that little wheel cut. I almost said wheel route, thinking football with Nathan Bernhardt in there. Except he was the receiver, and a carry and a turnover going the other way.
And that's a call you don't see too often anymore.
That's right.
It seems like, because people come down the floor, they're, in my opinion, as an old school guy, they're carrying all the time.
Well, that official is maybe on the little older end of the officiating group.
Well, you know, I can remember him officiating, and he wasn't young when I was coaching.
Tell us how you really feel, Dave.
I'm not saying that he's really old. He's
Turnover Arrows. I hear you.
You know.
Yeah, we're glad to have officials out there.
Yeah.
If you want to go out and become an official, go for it, folks. It is not an easy job. You get yelled at by ref, by players, by hopefully not by other refs.
Say the other refs.
By fans, coaches, everybody. You know you've done a good job when you've ticked everybody off, generally, is what I always said. Well, Dick Woolison taught us that at Ohio University in his officiating class. 3 ball from the corner, no good. Arrows pull down the rebound. So far, holding the Blue Streaks to 1 shot, but got to take better care of the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, I think, what did we say in the pregame? Try to limit it to 10 turnovers. We're halfway through the first quarter, and
We've
we
already got 4, right?
And
That's
realistically, that was almost, there's been 2 or 3 almosts as well.
This is where, as the coach, you have to continue to preach. Fake high, go low. Henniger 3, yes, sir! Fake high, go low, right? Pump fakes, ball fakes,
Yeah.
Use bounce passes. Got to have more bounce passes against guys with length.
For sure. I mean, if you fake that high and then bounce pass, they're not that quick usually.
Outside, good ball reversal all the way to the corner. Now a nice look inside to Arrington. Little floater up and in.
Good defense by the Arrows, just nice shot.
This little hezzy move there, and now Jackson Aber in the ball game. Fires a 3 up and in. Jackson Aber, right off the Sid Suds substitution station, in for a 3. Arrows up 3, and right back come the Blue Streaks. Superheated power washing from Sid Suds, almost that time of the year. I need him to come just spray off the ice on my driveway. And a foul on Sauter. That's going to be his second here with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Going to have to get somebody in there, and it'll be Grayson Baith coming over to the Sid Suds substitution station. Thanks a lot, Mowry. And Tyler takes a seat. Grayson in there. Lob down the middle, and Arrows might have got away with a push on the Zorian Bonner. Oh, nice look inside to Aber. He lost control of it. 3 ball, Garrett Davis. Too long. Emmons, up and in.
Good job, Arrows, crashing the boards, getting a couple offensive boards here, and then being able to stick them back in. But we've got to be able to get back to play D.
Henlon just goes right around Davis all the way to the basket. Well, my coach has always told me it doesn't matter if you score 20 and give up 25, you're a -5.
Yep.
You got to take better care on the defensive side. And there's another turnover from the Arrows. Number 5, off and running is Henlon. It rams it home. 6 for Henlon in the first quarter. Man-to-man for the Blue Streaks. Arrows run a couple of down screens and almost turn it over again. Good job by Grayson taking care of that one. They are all over Edgar. Nice back cut. Jump shot from 17, too strong. And here come the Blue Streaks. Under a minute to go in a first. Pull it back out. First quarter brought to you by Comfort Control. Henlon's jump shot no good. Residential and commercial heating and cooling here in the Ashland region. And another turnover for the Arrows. Number 6. Off the backboard and jammed home by Bonner. Wow.
You know, so far this looks like it's all Blue Streaks, but we're only down 3 right now. You know, the last few plays, it looks like it's, you know, they've thrown a couple down, they're getting turnovers, but we're only down 3 right now, so it's not as bad as it sounds.
Big Mo, though, has shifted, and Bates loses it. And that's another turnover. And then Sandusky turns it right back over. Ediger, 3 from the wing. We need it. We got it! Ediger from downtown ties it up. And it's the end of the first quarter. We're all square at 18.
Great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find a ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Back here at Arrow Arena, start of the second quarter. Dave, what'd you like, what'd you not like in the first quarter?
You know, I didn't like the amount of turnovers we had. What I did like is we're able to stay in the game just off hustle and determination. So that's what I like to see, you know, showing a lot of grit out there by our players.
Arrows and Blue Streaks as we start the second quarter, tied at 18. Drive to the basket and a whistle and a foul. That's Dale Johnson driving to the basket. That's going to be Paxton Ediger. He picks up his first, and it's on the floor, out of bounds, Blue Streaks. Lobbed into Johnson. Lost control of it for a minute, turns, throws it up and in. Second quarter brought to you by Spring Smith, your hometown insurance leader. Taking care of your insurance since 1951, and the Arrows need to insure the basketball.
Yeah, I mean, another turnover by the Arrows here, and really unforced, you know, by just we're trying to bring the ball up and not being able to take control, take care of it. Second foul on Gabe Baith. A little bit of frustration from getting the ball stolen.
2 on Gabe, 2 on Tyler Sauter. And Azorian Bonner at the Connery Manufacturing free throw line hits the first one. Bonner's just 1 of 6 entering tonight and splits the pair. Ediger and the Arrows into the corner and another turnover. Well, they tracked it down. Baith, lucky recipient of that one, fires it up and in. Oh, right place, right time was Ediger, and he flipped it over to the corner for the BB&C Car Care 3.
I think that was the plan all along. That was the play.
Just like Coach Hess drew it up. 21 apiece, a minute into the second quarter. Good box out underneath, and Baith throws it away. And Davis saved it and did into Dale Johnson. 9 turnovers for the Arrows. Into the corner, wide open for Kevion Lately. And he can't make the 3 there. Bernie pulls it in. Bernie, tough left hand up and in. He's got 6.
Nice move by Bernie there. I thought he was going to come back to the right, and if he did, I think he gets swatted on that.
Wise decision by Big Burn. Arrows up 2. DeMar Moore, head coach of the Blue Streaks, in his 4th season. 1995 graduate of Sandusky. And we'll see what that foul is. It's on Gabe Baith, his 3rd, battling against a much bigger, stronger offensive player. Reed Emmons going to come in. That's a big foul.
Official made a gesture like he was holding the jersey there. You know, from this angle, I couldn't see for sure. But like you said, he's fighting a bigger guy. So maybe he was, but he was definitely looked a little confused that he got that call.
Working against Grayson Baith, who's now in there as well. Stolen by Ediger. 2 minutes gone by in the Spring Smith second quarter. Bernhardt drives in a foul. Looks like they might be tightening this one up.
Yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a lot of loose calls so far, really. So I don't know what, you know, not really letting these guys play as we've seen in some of the other officiating crews.
Not a lot of contact on that play. Into Ediger, 3 ball from the wing. And the Blue Streaks going the other way. Turn it over. Bernie lost it. 3rd turnover of the second quarter, and Ediger got away with a foul there. We'll take it.
Yeah.
A lot of contact on that one.
Yeah, so we get almost no contact at one end, a lot of contact the other. And
Emmons to Ediger. Long three. And Bernie tracks down the offensive board. Back to Nathan, drives, and he's fouled going to the basket. Good take by Nathan Bernhardt. Take a look at the Sarver Paving replay.
Yeah, good strong move here, going straight at these guys.
Hetland's first foul. Up and in on free throw number one from Bernie. Shooting just under 70% from the stripe.
Yeah, which is really nice to see for your big man. You know, a lot of times, you know, we talk about free throw shooting percentage a lot. And, you know, your bigs historically are not your best free throw shooters, but good to see there.
Good effort by Grayson Bates right there to get the tie-up on the Sarver Paving replay. Arrows have the arrow. Almost turned it over. Good job by Grayson Bates to track that one down. Ediger thought about it. Volleyball line. Lately with some good D, and they double off that high screen. Bernie got away with a walk, throws it up, no good. Knocked around, and Lately comes down with it. Here come the Blue Streaks, down 3 to the Arrows here at Arrow Arena. Dale Johnson thought about the 3, now he does, fires it up and in, and we're all tied. Johnson shooting it just under 30%, averaging 6 off the bench.
The Arrows really have to do a good job boxing out because it's going to be hard to get rebounds over the length that the Blue Streaks have.
Davis, little two-man game inside to Grayson Bates. Little baby hook, can't get it to fall. Rebound goes to Lately. Here comes the Blue Streaks. Left side, Johnson left alone. 3-ball, no good. Good position inside. Lately gets it and throws it up, and it's stuck on the rim. Possession arrow belongs to the Blue Streaks. Killian O'Brien checking in here in the second quarter for Garrett Davis, and KOB gave some really good minutes on Saturday against Madison.
Yeah, did a great job coming in, you know, with guys that were out sick, and hopefully he can just continue that effort here.
Pull-up jumper from long range, no good. Not a wise shot from Henlon. Low percentage, low analytical shot. Just inside the three-point line.
And not a shot, you know, we talk all the time, shots that are in rhythm and just kind of coming off the dribble there, just not a good look for him.
And tough one right there. Ediger with a tough shot. O'Brien rips away the loose ball and knocks it out of bounds. Arrows ball. Well, one bad shot apparently deserved another on that one. And
good hustle by the Arrows to kind of get some hands on that ball, and then Blue Streaks knocked it out.
One thing you will get from KOB out there is quick hands. 3-ball from Ediger, too strong. And pulled in by Kobe Brown. Here comes the Blue Streaks off and running. Now they'll pull it back out. 3-ball launched out by Kobe Brown. Too strong, no good. Knocked around and out of bounds. It'll be Blue Streaks basketball.
I don't know who that one was off of.
As a toss-up right there.
Yeah.
Johnson triggers the inbound. Henlon can't get it to go. And Bernie pulls down another rebound, his 4th. Bernie will bring it up himself. He's used to quarterbacking an offense. Goes right to the hoop, and he's fouled going to the hoop by Dale Johnson.
Another good, strong move. Every time Bernie's got the ball and wants to make a move, he's able to do it tonight. So I would keep getting him the ball. Keep going at him.
Bernie goes to the line, split a pair earlier. We're all square at 24. A little over halfway through the second. First one back iron.
Substitution for the Arrows, number 0, Garrett Davis.
Second one up and in.
Timeout on the floor.
We'll take one as well. Be right back.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com. Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screen. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand patty burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge
huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street.
Back here at Arrow Arena, out of the timeout. Blue Streaks down a point to the Arrows. Here in the Spring Smith second quarter, Garrett Davis, nice job keeping the hands in the passing lane. Lost control of it, and the Arrows turn it back over. Oh boy, showtime, and he missed! Dale Johnson tried to throw it down and missed. Bernie high post. Double team comes outside to KOB. Nice pump fake. Now he's going to fire to the three. Front rim, no good. Davis tracks it down. Arrows will get another shot at it. And he throws it off Nathan. Fastball going in. Drive to the basket, up and in by Henlon. Boy, is he fast.
Yeah,
when he decides he's going to the hoop.
Yeah, he's going around anybody that's getting close to him.
Henlon, averaging 17 a game, has 8 here in the first half. Bernie, good position inside on Johnson. Goes right, little hook, blocked. And that's the one right there where you got to do a little pump fake. Guys love to block shots, just a little pump fake.
If he pump fakes and does a step through, it's a wide open shot then.
Well, contrary to popular belief, it was not the Ashland Eye Care pregame show for the whole first half, despite me having a graphic. You're welcome, Dr. Denbo. You got a little extra love there. Thanks to Schmaury for letting me know.
Oh.
Left side, Henlon jumper. Too strong. KOB with a nice box out. Tracks down a rebound. Minute and a half to go in the first half. Low scoring affair, actually. It was 18 apiece at the end of the first quarter. Quick math means it's 8-7 in the second quarter, Dave.
Good job, Frank.
I think taught me that at the academy. Public school, I don't know.
Yeah, I would have never
for you,
gotten that
Mallory.
one,
You would
let's
have
say.
all gotten that one. You're all brilliant people.
You know, the thing, too, is we talked first one to 80 wins, and it's been a track meet. It just hasn't been we're going to make every shot we're going quick with.
I wish I had had some of the math teachers here. I could tell you some stories about mine. Turnover Arrows. And off and running. Amir Aaron, 5th turnover of the second quarter for the Arrows, now with 12 in the first half.
Got to tighten it up.
Down 3, you got to close out quarters and halves well, and Ediger drives and he's fouled. Critical to not let Sandusky go on a run here to end the first half.
Yeah, for sure. They've got to make sure they stay tight and stay together so that Sandusky doesn't get that big, you got a minute left. They could potentially go on a 8-12-point run here if the Arrows don't figure it out.
It looks like our man Chris Mowry will not be here for the halftime show, so you'll get to sit in here with, hopefully Josh Bull gets here. It's early, it's only 7:42. I haven't seen him, but I imagine he's here somewhere. Emmons makes it a 1-point game with a minute to go.
Arrows go to a 2-3 zone now.
And fans wanted a turnover. Arrows get the turnover, though. Faith to Ediger. And a lot of action inside. Ediger was looking to get it into Bernhard, who was battling in there with Tate Mallard. And Mallard picks up the foul.
Yeah, Coach Hess saw the mismatch, and he was yelling, "Look inside."
My man Josh Bull will join us at the half. He's here. We've got questions for him, that's for sure. He looks like he's ready to suit up. You can jump right on if you want. Josh, you look like you're ready to rock and roll out here.
I'm ready to go.
What do you think of the first half so far?
This is a good game. This high impact team from Sandusky. I was just conversing with Greg Emmons about when we played them. It was a good game for us, but they always put out a good team, and they're high energy and they like to move.
Well, they can get up and down. We asked Vip in the pregame, what he thought, and basically we settled on first team to 80, but this quarter's been a little lower scoring.
Yeah.
Arrows trying to close out the half here in the Spring Smith second quarter. Brandon Wells and Dave Swartz will be joined with Josh Bull right now. He's going to stay tuned with us here at halftime.
Looks like Sandusky could be content just to run this clock out.
Just hold one shot. Arrows in that 2-3 zone to end the quarter. Henlon drives underneath to Mallard, and he's fouled.
Oh, come on.
That was a tough call right there. KOB going to get the foul.
Need to get that out of bounds call back from 2 plays ago.
I think you're right. Well, Arrows and Blue Streaks have been a pretty good matchup so far. Both teams like to get up and down. Nobody's got super hot, and the first free throw no good. Edgar's got 11, Bernie's got 10.
Well, it's definitely going to take a solid team effort to pull this one off.
For sure.
Second half, we'll see the adjustments from Coach Moore and Coach Hess. Second one up, in and out, and I think Reed Emmons might have knocked it out of bounds, and he did, going after that rebound.
You missed the 2 free throws, so it makes it a good foul, and then it gets knocked out of bounds.
Got to hold that box out a little longer. Reed giving up maybe 30 pounds on that one. He needs to get on the Josh Bull weight plan.
That's right. Just have 4 kids and eat whatever you want.
Drive to the basket. Jumper by Henlon, no good. And it is halftime here at Arrow Arena. Dave, what'd you think here at the half?
I like the way the Arrows had kind of switched up. I think that zone kind of messed up Sandusky a little bit. I would expect to see that we stick with that a little.
Well, joining us in the booth, Josh Bull. Thanks for joining us, my friend.
Nice to be here.
I like the Ohio U hat. I went to OU. That's where
you did.
Yeah, I was there from 95 to 99.
Well, my nephew, Caden Schmitz, is down there repping right now. Just won the MAC championship this year, and they had a great season, and we got all the gear to try to support them. And
loved calling Caden's games. A great young man, and glad he's going to be a fellow Bobcat alum. Well, I know that you're down at Bill Harris Ford in Loudonville, and we're grateful that Bill Harris has jumped on all season long as a sponsor. And obviously, it takes a community of people to be able to broadcast these kinds of games. You went to Ashland High School. Tell us about your experience here.
Well, my experience was it was great. We had Rob Lavengood coached us from 7th, 8th, and 9th grade consecutively those 3 years, and they'll hold me to it, but I think we maybe lost 2 or 3 games in 3 years, so it was a good run. And then I had the opportunity to play on a really, really good, strong varsity team, and we made the Sweet 16 our junior year, and then Division I Elite 8 our senior year. So that was a huge deal. It was really great to see the community support us, and that's as a parent and business people in the community. That's why we want to do as much as we can to support everybody and make sure the kids know that we do support them and what that looks like, and the impact they have on the younger kids watching them, and then what it means to be them when you grow up, to be a supporter of your own community. So that's how we thrive, and it's a really good time.
As somebody who didn't grow up in Ashland but has become an Ashlander and really has adopted this as my hometown, I will say, I think sometimes kids get this idea that the grass is greener somewhere else, and it's not always true.
That is right, yeah. And it's tricky with having 4 young boys myself. We've got 13 down to almost 3 years old. They all play sports, the older 3 anyway. You're right, it is tricky because the world we live in now, it's like if you don't like it, let's try something else or go somewhere else. And the Ashland programs, they work with the kids in a way to not only build their athletic bodies, but their minds, their bodies, their souls, and try to get them to be followers of Jesus and do the whole thing.
What activities were you involved in when you were at Ashland?
I played basketball. Mainly, I ran track 1 year, did some hurdles to stay in shape, but that was about the gist of that.
You said you were talking with, was it Greg Emmons you were talking with?
That's right, yeah.
Break it down. Were you guys teammates here?
We were, yeah. We actually played at Sandusky for a tournament game our senior year, and we were discussing how I remembered a kid got tripped and fell into my knee and was knocked unconscious on the court during that game.
Yeah, you don't forget that kind of thing.
No, we don't, yeah. But, when you have people in the community that you're friends with and classmates with, and we all have now kids that are playing and doing different things. It's really a blessing to be a part of it and still have those friendships and those relationships.
What'd you do after high school, after graduating from Ashland?
Well, I tried a little stint of architecture over at Ohio State University in Mansfield, and that didn't last too long, but then I got into construction, which I loved, and it was very rewarding. I learned a lot about myself, a lot about life through that, and I've been with the Harrises almost 6 years. They've been like family to me. We are family now, essentially, and yeah.
When I see everything that's posted from Bill Harris and Aaron and everybody over there, it seems, like you said, like a family. And I think sometimes car dealers get a weird reputation, right? But I bought a car from you.
Yeah, you did, actually.
An
Yeah.
Expedition, and I had a great experience. But I think, you guys kind of break that mold.
Yeah, so a lot of it for us is, it is car sales, but the car business has a negative connotation, I think, from larger states, larger metro areas where people don't get treated the way we treat people.
Yeah.
One of our mottos is, we don't ever speak ill about other people, other places, but we just try to provide an experience that you're not going to get somewhere else. Now, that is not as easy as it said. We do a lot of training, spiritually, mentally, as a team, as a company, to be able to provide those things to the customer and make it a great experience.
I'm glad to hear that. That's it's pretty awesome, right? I know that people in town come to you guys because they trust you, they understand. You have kids here in the district?
I do. I've got two stepsons, and I've got two sons of my own. But yeah, they're all in Ashland schools, and we've got our two middle boys play lacrosse out of Worcester, and my one middle boy, Emerson, plays hockey over there.
I wonder about lacrosse coming here eventually.
Yeah.
As somebody who has watched a lot of lacrosse, I used to work on the road for ESPN doing production stuff and watched Hopkins and Maryland, and it's not a sport that we all grew up with generally, but now, boy, even guys my size can be good at lacrosse.
Yeah, I love it because it's a cross between a few different sports.
Yeah.
But the good thing is it teaches them a lot because it is physical. It's almost like basketball and football together, So
how do we get that going here?
Well,
what do we got to do?
We got to start a petition, raise some money, probably.
It does cost some money. We've got the facilities. We need to get Mr. Goings on board.
Yeah.
Right, talk to
pass the barrel
Steve
around at halftime.
There you go. All right, let's talk about the Bull T-Van versus the Redbird basketball game.
Oh man, I've been catching a lot of slack on John T-Van's behalf. But that was a great opportunity. They had reached out to us. I'm involved with the Loudonville schools pretty heavily now. I'm actually on the chamber board down there in Loudonville.
Nice.
Been there a couple years.
It's a great way to serve.
It is, and it's a lot of fun. I'm learning a lot, but I've taken a lot of what I've learned from my time here at Ashland Sports through the programs, through the sponsorship programs, and try to implement some of those things. We do team dinners. So they reached out to us about, chipping in some money for some chairs, which they did other people. And we said, hey, you know what? Let's make it fun. We'll give you $1,000, but let's do something for it. So it started as a free throw contest, and then it turned into me and John T-Van playing two of their best players. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I just had another team dinner with those guys last night, and talked to them a little bit. They got a great group of kids, and I see those smaller school programs turning into what Ashland's doing, and it's really cool to see.
Well, tell me a scouting report on JT. What's the scouting report on T-Man? I know he's an excellent golfer.
He's gonna kill me, but he said, hey, let me do the work. You just look good. And I said, I think it's gonna be the opposite way around. But it was a lot of fun, and he showed up in his Ohio State jersey ready to go, and my glands weren't as swelled up, and heart wasn't as pumping as bad as I thought it would.
Well, I appreciate you joining us. I know John and I disagreed on some things when we were on the board, but man, you never question John's heart, always in the right place.
He's doing a lot of great things, and they've got a lot of work going with Project Pavis, looking out for the kids, trying to, change the algorithms of some of the negativity that's out there in the world, and they got a good heart to that, and they're really working hard. So yeah.
Tell me, if somebody wants to buy a car from you at Bill Harris, what do they do? Where do they go? How do they get a hold of you? All that kind of stuff.
We've got the Facebook, obviously. We've got the websites, BillHarris.com. There's TV and radio ads. I would recommend, if anybody hasn't done business with us, come in and have a cup of coffee. Let's meet. We like to earn a friend, and then selling you a car is a byproduct of that friendship. We want to earn people's trust and become friends, and that's really the approach that we take, is treating people like family, and slowing things down and explaining the car business and the car buying process to them really makes them feel comfortable, and that's how we have the reputation that we do.
What's the coolest car you've got to drive?
Oh man, the Corvettes are fun. The Hellcats are fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. That's Josh Bull from Bill Harris Ford. We'll be back right
guys.
after this. Thanks.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Where great prices meet even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Start of the third quarter here at Arrow Arena. Sandusky and the Arrows. Ashland with a 1-point lead. Well, that was just a lovely visit with Mr. Josh Bull.
Yeah.
What a nice man. I have bought one car, bought an Expedition off him. It was great. I will be in that market not too far off in the near future, but glad to be joined by Bill Harris all season long, our halftime sponsor. Meanwhile, the Arrows, Dave, what do you expect to see them do here in the third quarter? You talked about that zone, threw a little monkey wrench.
You know, I thought that zone, like I said, kind of messed them up just a bit. So I would expect to see that a little bit here in the second half. And, I'm sure that Coach went in at halftime and said, hey, just calm down. You got to be able to have better control of the ball and not turn it over. I mean, I think you were keeping track. We talked about 10 turnovers in the game, and we had more than that in the first half.
12 total turnovers in that first half for the Arrows, 7 of them in the first quarter. And definitely got to cut those down. Arrows back to that original starting lineup. Looks like the same group out there as well. Long 3, Emmons. Oh, good. Off a set play, quickly down court, turned over. Arrows off and running. They've got numbers. Right side, Sauter steps into a 3. No good. High-flying rebound for Bonner.
Yeah, he was up for that rebound.
Drive to the basket, Henlin, and gets bailed out at the end. And that'll be a foul on the Arrows, maybe on Big Bernie.
Yep.
That official who made that call looks just like one of my former bosses. So every time I see him here, I think it's John Vasallo. It's not.
Getting a little worried that
JV was a great guy. I'm just saying, it gives me this flashback every time I see him. First free throw, no good. Henlin's got another one coming. He's 55% on the season. And he misses them both. Nathan grabs it and lost it. The ball loose, and Emmons tracks it down, double teamed, and throws it away. Ball loose on the floor. Gabe had it, lost it, got it back. It is a wild scramble, and another turnover for the Arrows. Oh, throwing it home is Bonner. Points off turnovers.
Yeah, points off turnovers. That was just, an ugly whole thing that happened right there.
That was 12 seconds of our life we will never get back. And a timeout called by Coach Hess. We'll take one as well.
Steve and Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors, CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show.
Is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code or visit BoLaceyConstruction.com for more.
a timeout. Hess didn't like what he saw.
Yeah, he didn't like it because we were in trouble getting some pressure and struggling to get the ball up the court, and then we turn it over.
Second turnover here of the third quarter, and a quick basket up and in for Kobe Brown. Full court pressure, 2-2-1 from the Blue Streaks. Third quarter brought to you by Spring Smith Insurance Agency, your hometown insurance leader since 1951, and another turnover for the Arrows. Henlon, lob, backside, Brown, up and in.
Arrows struggling with this 2-2-1 pressure.
Oh boy. Oh my. And not liking that one. Take a look at the replay. Sarver Paving. Blue Streaks thought they should have had it. I think they might have had a case. It looked like.
Oh, they turned it over.
And they did change it back, and I think that's the right call to give it to Sandusky. Good job, gentlemen. JV came in and made the right call.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right call.
Officials brought to you by Valley Transportation. Forefront of the steel and aluminum hauling industry since 1973. Dangerous spot right now for the Arrows. 6-0 run for Sandusky. Emmons over the timeline. Ediger, nice look to Gabe. Corner three. No good, too strong. Tracks it down though. And a long jumper, no good as well.
Good job tracking it down. And he had the shot there, so it's not a bad shot to take.
Nice save by Arrington, who throws it off of Emmons. And here comes Grayson Baith. Maybe Schmaury decided not to make it.
Well, I don't know,
Hope he's all right out there. Didn't fall on the ice. Drive to the basket, kick it out, now back inside. And tough assignment, that's up and in. Take a look at the Sarver Paving replay, and nothing that Baith could do against the much bigger Arrington, who had good position down low and just bullied his way to the basket.
Yeah, it was a good move by him. The biggest problem with that situation, it gives Grayson his fourth foul.
Gabe. Gabe will check out. Garrett Davis back in, scoreless in the first half. Chris Schmidt walking by in the front. Football coach, baseball coach, firefighter here in town. Haven't used the fan cam much today, just been too busy. Sauter to Grayson, drives, skips it left side into the corner. Davis drives, gets cut off, and gives it away. Turnover number 5 in the third quarter. Lob, backside, tried to jam it home, did Aaron, no good, but Arrington puts it up and in, and the Arrows are getting dominated here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, good call by coach here to get a timeout.
We'll take one as well.
Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR.
The team at Whitcomb & Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb & Hess pregame show guest.
And I'm sure that this pressure has caused some problems for the Arrows.
Yeah, for sure. The Arrows struggling right now to get around this pressure by Sandusky.
More 2-2-1, now down court. Ediger and the Arrows break the pressure. Inside to Bernie, who was successful in the first half, up and in. He's got 12.
Yeah, another good, strong move.
And Nathan has looked good. That one's off the cbward.com backboard. cbward.com. Drive to the basket. Bonner up and in. And Bonner Makes it a 9-point lead. He's got 9. Ediger and the Arrows bring it into the front court.
And those points by Bernie are first points of the half.
It was a 10-0 run. That three's no good.
You know what I used to call the Feinbaum show? I used to tell Paul that when Buckeye Chris came on, that you give me the Star Wars music, the Vader.
Ediger with a three, and the Arrows needed it. Well, we'd have to get that queued up and copyrighted, and, you know, we'd have to pay for it in order to show it on YouTube. 3-ball long one, no good. Bernie pulls it in.
How good was JB, man, at half?
Josh Bull was fantastic. He is a natural on the mic and on the camera. And Bernie gets fouled at the top of the key. Amir Aaron picks up the foul. That's his second. Arrows with a 6-point deficit after being up 1 at the half. Halfway through the third quarter. 7 turnovers in the first quarter, 5 in the second, and 5 already in the third, Chris.
Yeah, that's a poor recipe for success there, Brandon, when you're turning the ball over quite a bit.
And there's turnover number 6. Henlon just takes it out of the hands of Baith. He hits the cutter. Bonner flips it over. Brown up and in. Ediger and the Arrows now down 8. 3.5 to go in the third. Garrett Davis hasn't been able to get it rolling yet offensively. Now he's open, near side 3. They need it. And a little too much. Good hustle by Sauter. The Arrows give it up, going the other way. Henlon drives over Ediger. Whistle from way out at half court, and it's going to be a block on Ediger. That's his second.
Did you say a whistle from out half court?
Did you notice that?
And it was a block underneath the goal.
And if you notice, the official underneath
Was silent.
puzzled.
He was puzzled.
Looked puzzled as to why the whistle was blown.
Henlon goes to the line.
Schwartz right there, and Johnny on the spot.
I'm glad Schmaury showed up.
Well, you guys schmut up. Left side, free throw up and in. 9-point lead. Biggest lead of the ball game right now for Sandusky.
You've been thinking about getting that one in for a week.
I wish I had a memory that worked that well. Line left, up and in. First time he's hit them both today, but he's got 10 on his way to his average of 17. Little half-court pressure. Nice job by Garrett Davis to settle it down. The Arrows need to slow it down and get a good look here and fire up a 3 front rim, no good. Back tap, Ediger. To Sauter. Ediger trying to create some offense on his own, and Sauter turns it over.
Well, the Arrows have 34 points, and 26 of them by 2 players.
34 points. We have more turnovers than baskets, Chris. We have 19 turnovers. You're not going to win many games that way.
Arrows down 10 with 2:43 to go in the third.
2-3 zone. Ashland switches back up to. Left corner, open 3, Henlon. Biggest lead of the ball game for the Blue Streaks. At 2-3, you got to be really active with your hands, and you got to bust it. I think in some ways, zone, you actually have to work harder. Ediger drives to the basket, spins it up and in. Paxton Ediger. He's got 16.
And if you're just joining us like I am, is Gabe Baith in foul trouble?
4.
Henlon 3, no good. Rebound Grayson, and he's fouled by Amir Aaron. That is just the second on Sandusky here in the quarter. Third foul. And Cam Jones checks in. First time, I think, tonight. Starter on the JV squad. 8th man here on the squad for the Blue Streaks. DeMar Moore, happy with his squad so far tonight. 4th season at the helm, 2nd stint, kind of. 77 and 16.
That's handy.
He's had a good run. 4 conference titles in the SBC Lake, 3 sectional titles, and 1 district championship, and there's a turnover. Redding going the other way. Euro step, up and in. 20th turnover for the Arrows, and it's not just the turns, it's that the Blue Streaks have capitalized on them, guys. They have made the Arrows pay.
Yeah, for sure.
Tim
About
Misney.
every turnover seems to be points for the Blue Streaks.
Tough shot by Davis, can't get it to fall. And this one is starting to get out of hand. Arrows need a stop. Long three, Jones. Oh boy.
This looks like the All-Star game from Saturday, the way that bucket and possession went.
Double team comes on Edgar. He drives around it all the way to the basket. Up and in, and a foul. Paxson with 18.
Strong move by Pax to go up and be able to take the contact and get the shot here with the and one. But everybody has got to step up. You can't have just one guy trying to do everything.
A lot of standing on offense and sort of not sure what we're...
A little stagnant.
A little stagnant, yep. Out of rhythm. And Edgar makes it a three-point play. 13-point game with a minute to go in a third. Coach Moore may just try to take the air out here for the last minute, although that's not really their style. A little staggered screen trying to get it to Jones, who was open on the near side. Oh, nice hezzy move right there. Good ball movement to the corner.
What I like most about that possession right there was the high ball screen out beyond the three-point line. It allowed the point guard to pick his poison, and he decided to go left. Really good job execution by the Blue Streaks.
Edgar drives to the basket. He's got 21. Under a half minute to go. Arrows back in a man. And now Coach Moore says, let's hold it for one. 11-point game right now. Arrows need a stop and a timeout called by Coach Moore. And we'll keep it right here.
Did you guys give props to head coach Tommy Bauer and the AHS wrestling squad for winning the OCC and dominating? And I think it was 9 guys that won their OCC crown in their individual weight classes. And the voice of the Falcons tells me there's like 12 weight classes. So the squad from Ashland High School dominated.
Any wrestlers in that view, guys?
I don't know.
Hard to tell when,
If they put football helmets on and numerals, I'm good. But when they're out of all that stuff, I have some difficulty. First team all OCC and second team first team all district and second team OCC member Cooper Smith.
Yeah.
I love saying that just because I think it's ridiculous. He won his weight class. Guardian Miller's a superstar. Mason Bauer's a superstar. Max Uhl, won his, and there's several other guys. Mateo won his. I'm missing a lot of them, obviously.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
It's really awesome. And head coach Tommy Bauer was named OCC Coach of the Year, and Mason Bauer OCC Wrestler of the Year.
Coach Bauer has done a great job here.
Yeah, done a really good job with that wrestling program.
He is the epitome of a high school coach.
Down 11, Coach Moore out of the timeout. Still got 3 left. I love calling. He's got a set play here, a little box set. They're going to run Brown around a screen on the near side. Now Henlin throws it underneath. A wide open Jones. What a play. No good, but a great play. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back.
Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Back here, start of the fourth quarter, Arrows down 11. Dave, Chris, what do you got to do here if you're Ashland?
If you're Ashland, you've got to tighten up, and you've got to get a good amount of guys moving, playing together here to be able to come back over this hump and take this game.
Well, for me, number one, and I watched it in the car and listened to, I didn't watch it, I should say, I listened to it. Stop turning the basketball over, boys. Let's go play one good, clean quarter of basketball here in the fourth.
Arrows down 11, need to get it rolling, come out in a 2-3 zone. They go high post. Johnson can't get it to fall. Grayson Baith tracks down a rebound, but travels. Good hustle.
Arrows get the winner of the Madison and Lexington game.
That's no treat.
I did hear Vipdrip say he was looking forward to the winner of that contest. He thought they had some wrinkles for potentially the Minutemen or the Rams.
Well, everybody likes to add wrinkles going into the postseason that people haven't seen before.
Right.
It's a fine line, but I do like it. Nice little dish right there, up and in, Anthony Redding. And the lead stretched out to 13, Redding with 4. Can't trade buckets. Ediger. Double team, now to Gabe, who's in there with those 4 fouls. Emmons, 3, no good. Rebound, Jackson Aber. Off the substitution station. Ediger, no good. Rebound, Henlon.
So you're getting to the point where you're going to have to just settle for those. You're going to have to make some threes to try to get back in this basketball game. You do not expect Sandusky to stop scoring.
No, they're going to go down and I mean, they've been scoring a lot, and they've done a better job shooting in the second half than they did in the first half, and I think that's what's kind of really hurt the Arrows.
Had some of those same looks in the first half, just couldn't get them to fall. Fourth quarter brought to you by Comfort Control, heating and cooling for commercial and residential needs in Ashland and the surrounding region. Long 3, no good. Rebound, Sauter.
Speaking of Sauter, hat tip to Tyler Sauter and Jackson Aber. They dressed it up for the last time here inside Arrow Arena. These two seniors will get a nice ovation here when they head off the court the last time here for the home crowd, and good basketball careers for both those gentlemen.
And Nathan Bernhard will come in, and Jackson Aber takes a seat. 6:22 to go here in the fourth. It's getting late early here, as Yogi Berra would say. 6 minutes. And a little double team coming. Arrows in a zone. Oh. And Emmons and Bates.
Travel. Come on, guys.
Left side 3. Lately, no good. Rebound. Tracked down by Sandusky. Great look inside. Johnson can't get it to fall. Throws it up again. No good. Run a couple of extra shots at it. And Sandusky will go to the line. That's his second foul on Bernie, who has played really well here tonight. Had 12 all in the first half, or 10 in the first half. 2 in the third. Narrows did a nice job of getting him the basketball, and he did a nice job of attacking.
Yeah, making good moves, good strong moves, and finishing.
Haven't seen much of that in the second half. They haven't gotten in the basketball much.
Yeah.
Went away from what was working, it might be.
Johnson's second free throw. Up and in. 14-point lead. Biggest lead of the ball game for either team. Arrows were up 1 at the half. Into the front court, double team comes, and that's going to be a foul. And Jason Henlon, that's his second. Henlon, senior guard, 17 points a game, has 13 tonight, and that one's lobbed right in. And Lately takes it down court. I almost said downfield. Doesn't look like an interception. Fourth turnover already here, or third turnover rather, already here in the fourth quarter.
If that was a pick, Brandon, it would have been the pick six variety. There's a forced fumble.
And the Arrows struggling against, we talked about the keys to the game, Dave, being one of the main ones, being able to take care of the basketball and being fundamentally sound in our passing game.
Yeah, and the Arrows are struggling with that tonight. You know, they've got to do a better job.
Looking off, throwing low, fake high, go low, all those things, and there's a three from an open corner. Dale Johnson makes it a 19-point game, and he's got 9.
The other thing, like, I always remember as a coach, you got to know you got to see the blue jersey here when you're throwing the pass to get it to the right people.
Well, make sure you stay tuned for the Janny.com post-game show. It'll be a brief one at this point. We'll have our Truax Printing Player of the Game. I think there's only one choice right now.
Josh Bull.
Touche, my friend. If we could suit him up, that'd be all right. Go out there and use those 5 fouls.
Quick thank you to Giannino's Pizza for sponsoring the team dinner last week, excuse me, and then Taco Bell on Mansfield Road for feeding the team on Valentine's Day. Maybe they made some heart-shaped tacos or something after the game against Madison last week.
It's my kryptonite, man. Taco Bell, my kryptonite. I'd weigh about 20 pounds less, I think, if I would stop eating Taco Bell.
Well, maybe you've got an advantage that you quit coaching, because I can remember after every game, I'm going to Taco Bell.
We had a lot of late nights.
Yeah.
A lot of late nights coming back from all over the OCC and Northwest region. Arrows down 20. Here in the Comfort Control fourth quarter, still a 2-2-1. Nice pass down to Gabe, up with the right hand, up and in, and a foul. Gabe's got 5, chance to make it 6. If you're gonna make a run, it's gotta be right now.
Yeah, you gotta get it started.
Redding picks up his first foul. And Bates hits the free throw. It's been a pleasure watching him all season long. This is our last broadcast of the basketball season for the boys or the girls. Make sure you go out and check them out on the road in the playoffs. The girls playing tomorrow night. There's a turnover. Girls playing tomorrow night, Dave, over at Buckeye Central.
Yeah, at Buckeye Central, you know, a 6 o'clock start going against
Tiffin
Tiffin Columbian.
And the boys will play a week from tonight against the winner of Madison and Lexington. And we think, Chris, that will most likely be Lexington, but you never know.
You never know. I mean, look, when we did the Lexington and Ashland game, you know, a week or so ago, we didn't expect it to be a one-point contest and really be a battle all the way down until the final horn went off. But hey, it's high school. They're 17 years old. They're
That's
16.
right.
They're 18.
Right.
Whatever. And that's what we got, which is really cool. And you know, I guess it's just like tournament time in baseball or football or basketball. Same way. You don't know what you're going to get. You may not shoot it well that particular day. Maybe your star player picks up a couple cheap fouls, or and it just changes the complexion of the game. And you just never know. And that's why you got to go 100% and give maximum effort. And who knows?
But when the season's over, we'll have about a month break. And then you and I are back with baseball season.
I can't wait, man. It's my favorite sport to play. It always has been. I love baseball. And head coach Rick Goff will have a preview show for you guys. That'll be airing live. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live like Bill O'Reilly.
Down at the South Street Grill. And who knows, Elon Musk, I've texted him. He may show up for that. So if you want to meet Mr. Musk of Doge, come on down to the South Street Grill. He may be on site.
Faith, long 3. Wide right. That would have been a big one. Every possession crucial here.
I said that just for Schwartz. I think he's in Zozo. He might be on Mars, Occupy Mars right now. He didn't hear anything I said.
I kind of tuned you out when you started talking.
Well, welcome to the Priest Dental broadcast booth, Chris. Glad to have you here. Timeout, Coach Moore. We'll keep it here. Baseball season coming up, and we'll have that in about, I think March 28th is our first game against Clyde.
Yeah.
On a Friday night.
On a freezing cold Friday night. I'm going to forecast it.
It could be 60 degrees. And then the next day, Tiffin Columbian. So back-to-back to start it off. We've got, just like basketball this season, we'll have a score strip with a little better graphics, a little better look. Still the same 2 schmucks up there talking.
And we don't know who the third is going to be joining us. Not that this gentleman or lady will be a schmuck. That's reserved for you and I. But we'll have somebody up there announcing. We are trying to effort who that is, and we don't know. Dr. Bunce, Dr. Survey is out.
Survey is out.
And we will have the return of $7 Creek. It's $7 again. I've just gotten a note from Elon. He says inflation's coming back down, so baseballs are back to $7
I don't know
a
what
ball.
numbers you're looking at that says inflation's coming down, but that is incorrect or fake news, as your friend would like to say. Arrows down 17, 3.5 to go. Someday we're going to start a political commentary show, but not on this network. 3.5 minutes to go, and the Arrows are down big. Oh.
Now we got a break in the action. Hey, I want to take the mic real quick. I want to give thanks to all of our sponsors. Look, Brandon said it today. I say it every time when we come on air, but this isn't possible without the sponsors that are so generous and the community members and the support that we have. So, I like to say thanks to these guys every single broadcast that we have. Thanks to Sarver Paving, Hedstrom, Ashland Eye Care, Wickham and Hess, the Priest Dental broadcast booth you hear us say all the time, Whitaker Myers, Sarver Paving, they sponsor the keys to the game in the student section, Truly Inspired Paper Company, Valley Transportation, Andrew Bush Law Office, Goldberry Roasting, still waiting on that Yeti Coopers. South Street Grill, Chandler Systems, Inc., Simonson Construction, Comfort Control, Sprang Smith, Bill Harris Dealerships. Thanks to those guys for their continued support. Condry Manufacturing, PB&C Car Care, Sid Suds, Coldwell Banker Ward Real Estate, Janney and Mansfield, Bo Lacey Construction, and finally, Truax Printing.
My man.
The voice of the Falcons. And for the third time this year.
He said he's going to block you.
The third time this year, I am going to get to rent the mic for free from the voice of the Falcons to bring you Lordstown and Hillsdale basketball along with my partner on Saturday evening.
Yeah, over on the OH report, you and I are jumping on the mic and what looks like a mismatch and that Hillsdale should take care of Lordstown, but you never know, just like we were saying. And the Falcons and the Lordstown
Red Devils,
thank you.
That's politically incorrect. Well, if you haven't had enough of Wells and Maurer, you can get us one more time.
Oh, a timeout called there. Arrows not giving up, down 16, 2.5 to go. Three timeouts remaining for the Arrows.
Hediger with 24 points to pace the Arrows tonight. Nice outing for him, and Bernie has 12. Applebee's gift card will be given away in the post game, along with the Truax Printing Player of the Game. Thanks to Zach. I tease him a lot. He teases me any chance he gets as well. But thanks to those guys. They've been with us, Brandon. They were our first sponsor. Them and Hedstrom back when I said, hey, we need some help. And those two companies stepped right to the forefront. So thanks a lot to those guys. And it's forever known as the Truax Printing Player of the Game, which is really cool.
Take a look at the Northwest Division 3 bracket. The Arrows, a week from tonight, will take on either Lex or Madison. 6 o'clock, and on the bottom half of the bracket, boy, Sandusky's going to play Tiffin Columbia, and they've got Senior Norwalk. What a tough bracket this is.
I'll tell you, this Sandusky team, if they're making their jumpers and their shots from the elbows or three-point line, I mean, they're as athletic as anybody. I'd argue that Senior High is probably the most athletic team in my mind.
DeMar Moore is a fantastic coach,
He's
too.
outstanding.
You can see he knows what he's doing.
Yes.
Anytime you come out of a timeout, he's got something well-designed. He has had them ready to go, an impressive showing. You're right, it's going to be a tough sectional and a tough district.
I think Senior High and Sandusky are more athletic and a faster kind of team than Lex. Lex is just longer, if you will, and they've got a couple guys who can stroke the three. But don't count the Sandusky Blue Streak team out, man. They are a dangerous group.
Battle tested in the SBC. Johnson up and in. What a tough shot right there off the CBWard.com backboard. And 11 for Dale Johnson. Hediger drives, kicks it to the corner. Now outside to Gabe. No good. I think I'd clear the bench here to keep everybody healthy going into next week. With 2 minutes to go.
You're getting to that point.
Down 18. I think you're at that point. Just to get it, make sure everybody gets out healthy. You're down 18. I think you wave the white flag here, right?
I would wave it. I don't have one.
Arrows with a tough loss. What it looks like it's going to be here tonight. You missed Hudson Farver up here. Our little man. He was up here in the before the pregame.
Did you see the Valentine box he took to school?
I did.
How cool is that?
That was pretty awesome.
So he made a Valentine's box, Dave, that said Ashland Arrows basketball. It had all his buddies' numbers at the top of it.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
It's pretty cool.
He came up here and just sprinted.
Like he owned the shop?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he sprinted up here and put on his his headset. Let's see if we can find him up there. He's up there somewhere.
Oh, he's over there to the right.
Okay.
Right of
By the Davises.
McFrederick. To the right of
Oh,
Rich.
there he
he
is.
is.
There's the man.
There's Huddy. I told Brandon, Dave, he'll be on the air calling hoops with us in about T-minus 6 years.
There you go.
Once he's 10, he'll be taking
I don't know
a
if it'll
mic.
take him that long.
No, I don't either. He loves it. And, you know, kudos to these guys, too, these players. They've treated him like, not like a 3-year-old. Like, they've embraced him, and he goes up and gives them dap and high fives and whatnot, which is really cool. And, you know, that's what it's all about, right? When we're kids and we're in high school, we don't think about those things. But when we get older and gray on our hair or we're parents, and, you know, that's what really matters.
But I remember, you know, growing up in Cuyahoga Falls, like just looking up to all of those guys on the basketball team or varsity players. And, you know, when I was there as a 5th grader, there was a terrible tragedy where a couple of Falls varsity players lost their lives in a car accident. And I just remember being heartbroken as a 5th grader that, like, my heroes locally passed away in an accident. So I understand, even at a smaller level, of like Hudson's admiration for these guys and what they do, looking up to all of them. And there it is, Coach Hess and company. Garrett Davis takes a seat. Jackson Aber comes back in, the senior, with 1:10 to go.
And Tyler Sauter.
And Tyler Sauter back in here to finish off his senior career with these gentlemen out here. But like you said, Chris, thanks to all of our sponsors this year. And our Truax Printing player of the game is going to be Pax Ediger, who's just put up another one. He's got 26.
Well, I say it all the time. Between he and Lacey, they could put a down payment on Applebee's here in Ashland.
Well, speaking of Lacey, we'll have our Bo Lacey turning point. And our Bo Lacey hustle player of the game.
I'm going to go with a turning point for me. I'll let you talk about the hustle, but for the turning point for me, it was the 3rd quarter. This game is knotted up. Lots of buckets didn't go into 3rd, and they just kind of hung around. Sandusky did. They didn't get down when they were missing shots, but then the 4th quarter, man, they came out on fire early.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to agree with you, Chris. It's probably not going to happen too often, but I will this time.
I appreciate you.
That's the Bo Lacey turning point, brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction Experience you can trust, done right on time. Hustle play of the game, guys. Anything stand out?
You know, nothing really stands out. I guess the biggest was probably the first half, the hustle and effort that was put in that first half by the Arrows to keep them in it as well as they stayed in.
Arrows fall here tonight, 71-53. Back with the Janney.com post show after this.
Great prices mean even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Welcome into the Janney postgame show. Brandon Wells, Chris Mowry, David Schwartz here on the air in the Priest Dental broadcast booth. Guys, Arrows finish off the regular season at an even 11-11 with a tough loss here to Sandusky.
11-10.
I'm sorry, 11-10 in the regular season, and a tough loss here tonight.
Yeah, tough loss tonight. You know, I think if you're being honest and you're saying, hey, what's the outcome of this game, or what do you forecast in the scouting report? You say, we're going to have to play one of our best games to be in the contest with Sandusky. They're just really good.
They did for half.
In the first half, yeah.
The first quarter, they're knotted up at 18. The second half, at halftime, they're up by 1. So it worked to their game plan there in the first half. And then, you know, sometimes athleticism. Tonight, I would just say it's the turnovers, man. Like, you're about 20 turnovers in a contest, average 5 a quarter. You're not going to win too many games like that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. And I will say, Sandusky turned up the pressure, the full court pressure in the second half, and that was the difference in the game. You know, the first half, they were putting some pressure out there, but not the way they turned it up in that second half.
Yeah, Coach Moore must have let them have it in a way. I mean, you don't have to yell at guys to let them have it, but he really got them to buy in that third quarter, and they came out, and the pressure, Arrows just struggled to get it past half court. Had a couple of stretches where we turned it over 2-3 times in a row, and just never recovered. Tough loss here tonight, guys. Your thoughts going into the postseason. Dave, we'll start with you.
Thoughts going into the postseason. The Arrows are two different teams sometimes that I've seen this year. When they are on playing together, they're one of the better teams that I've seen. But when they are kind of playing a little more loose, they struggle a little bit. So I'd like to see Coach say, hey, going into the postseason, we just got to tighten up, and you got to play together.
Chris?
For me, it goes back to, whenever I'm in this chair talking to the majority and you're serving analyst role or vice versa, every time, whether it's my voice or your voice, we talk about turnovers, and I'm going to beat a dead horse again. Especially in a tournament, you're not going to win games if you turn the ball over, right? I mean, that's not, Harvard-level thesis. That's just common sense. But the reality is, you saw it tonight. The Arrows got away with it in the first and second quarters, but you're most likely not going to get away with it again. So, tournament time comes down to turnovers and foul shooting. If the Arrows can do those two things effectively, hey, we'll see where the chips fall.
Arrows lose 71-53 here at home. Dave will sign off. We'll hope to get Coach Hess and our Truax Printing Player of the Game after this.
Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR code.
Arrows fall in a tough one, 71-53 to round out the regular season here. And we'll wait to take on the winner of Lexington and Madison in the sectional final for them. And the Arrows got the bye in the opening round. And that's going to be a tough one as well, whether it's Lex or Madison. Most likely Lexington, but you never know. Arrows with this 18-point loss tonight end the season on a little bit of a tough stretch, but it is the end of the seniors' career here at home. Jackson Aber and Tyler Sauter. 71-53. You're watching the Janney.com Arrows postgame show. Brandon Wells up here in the Priest-Dental broadcast booth. We talked a little bit about our turning point of the game basically being the third quarter and that 2-2-1 pressure that happened from Sandusky. Coach Moore's squad came out and just turned the Arrows over like crazy. 10 turnovers for the Arrows in the third quarter really cost them, and that's your Bo Lacey turning point of the ball game. Hustle play of the game. We talked about that one already. Also brought to you by Bo Lacey Construction. Experience you can trust, done right on time. Thanks to Janney and Rich Sturry. You can go check him out at Janney.com for all your financial needs. Here at Arrow Arena, the Arrows fall by 18. We'll stick around a little bit more and hope that Coach Hess comes out for a little post-game conversation and try to catch up with Pax Ediger as well. Back after this.
Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable Bill Harris experience. Dive into great prices, explore a better selection, and enjoy the best buying experience with us today. Bill Harris Dealerships, the name you know and trust. BillHarrisDealerships.com.
Bo Lacey Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics. Experience you can trust done right on time. From siding to windows, decks, and bathrooms, Bo Lacey also is your go-to company for all your roofing needs. Whether it's your house or your business, we've got you covered. And don't forget to check out the new Hover 3D app so you can see what every exterior home project will look like when it's finished. Scan the QR.
Construction is proud to sponsor Arrows Athletics, the most trusted and efficient construction company in the region. With a long history of doing things the right way from concept to completion, Simonson Construction solves all your construction needs for commercial and public projects. A truly local company providing award-winning comprehensive design-build services since 1974. For more information, scan the QR code or go to simonsonconstruction.com.
Come visit the South Street Grill in downtown Ashland, the official watch location every Friday night during the Arrows football season. You can catch all the action in the bar area on the big screen. Elevated casual dining in downtown Ashland, steaks, seafood, hand-patty burgers, vegetarian options, salads, and a huge kids menu. Something for everyone in a completely renovated, historic building. South Street Grill, your home for Arrows football.
Team at Whitcomb and Hess have all of your needs covered. Plan, grow, thrive. Financial advisors and CPAs will help you grow your business and investments. And now it's time for the Whitcomb and Hess pregame show.
Bill Harris Dealerships, where great prices meet an even better selection. We're driving home the best experience you've ever had. With Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, find the ride that defines you. And our huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks is why you should check Bill Harris first. 3 brands, 3 convenient locations, 1 unforgettable.
Welcome back to the JD.com post-game show. Brandon Wells, Chris Mallory, and Pax Ediger. Pax, I know it's always tough to come on after a tough loss. Individually, you had a good game, but a tough one tonight.
Yeah, it was tough. We turned the ball over too much, including me and myself. I gotta be better.
So you get ready for the tournament. Obviously, you guys are going to play the winner of Madison and Lexington. I don't think you guys could know a team better than those two, right? So you'll get the winner of that contest. Look, the reality is Lexington's a class of the field. They won the conference, but you guys played them to a 1-point game here. Are you guys looking to hopefully get another shot at those guys?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. We're excited. I told them after the game, I mean, we have a lot of stuff to work on, but I said we got Lexington for the 3rd time. We've lost to them by 1 point the last time, so we got to stay focused in practice. We know it needs to be done, so we just need to keep working.
We're going to send you out of here. I know you are our Truax Printing Player of the Game, and thanks to Truax Printing for sponsoring that all season long for all your printing needs in Ashland and Loudonville. TruaxPrinting.com. Pax Ediger, last question for you. So you spoke in there to everybody.
Yeah.
Is that normal?
I mean, yeah.
Keep it up, man. That means you're a leader of the squad and a leader in the school. That's really well done, and good job to you.
Thank
Pax Ediger, the player of the game tonight. Truax Printing player of the game with 28 points. Good luck on next Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back with Coach S after this.
Welcome back to the JD.com post-game show. Brandon Wells, Chris Mallory, and Coach S. Tough one. You ran into a buzzsaw tonight. It happens.
Yeah, it does. Tale of two halves, I guess. They upped the pressure a little bit there in the second half, but we didn't respond to it. And I think their length and athleticism definitely really affected us. And it's one of those things that no matter how much you try to prepare for it, you can't simulate that in practice. Our JV guys just don't give us that same look. So
yeah, it's hard. You said it when I talked to you before the game. It's exactly what you thought would not game playing out that way, but the tough part of what you would see from them was the length. And you guys hung well for the first half, and then like you said, that third quarter was just tough. We turned the ball over too much.
Yeah,
it happens.
Well, you get the winner of Madison and Lex. on paper, I think I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for you, but it looks like it's going to be Lex, right? And that would potentially be 3 times this year. And
they say it's hard to beat somebody 3 times.
That's right. You beat Madison twice, and you took Lex to a 1-point game here. So you got to like your chances, I guess, whoever you get.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited just to have the opportunity to have a tournament game that's not in Toledo. So
Amen.
the fact the fact that we can stay on the bus for less than an hour and a half is a positive. And the nice thing is the way the draw worked out this year that we do get a week. Hopefully that'll get our guys healthy. We've been battling quite a bit here the last couple of weeks, just trying to get everybody healthy. So hopefully the extra couple days here will get our guys back on track, and we'll try to put together the best game plan we can for whoever it may be.
Well, sometimes, Coach, you just run into a squad that got hot in the second half and played well. And, if it was me, I would just wipe this game film and throw it away. It's like, don't even watch that film, guys. Let's just forget about it and move on.
Well, it's hard to just forget about it completely. I mean, we're not going to dwell on it too long.
Right.
But, if things go well next Tuesday, could be a chance that we see these guys again on Friday. So,
yep.
We definitely can learn a lot from this, but it may not be this week. It may be next week.
Hey, I just want to say thanks for coming up here and talking to us after the games. Your players, they were all respectable. And, higher than wins and losses are building young men and teaching them right from wrong. And, when times are down and you lose, there's still some responsibilities, right? And you and your squad have done that this year, so I appreciate it. We've had a lot of fun bringing Arrow basketball to literally people in California and Idaho and in Florida and just about every state, it feels like these days. So good luck on Tuesday.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys, and we've told our guys more than once we're super proud of them as individuals, and even though at times we get frustrated with them as basketball players, we would not trade them for anybody that we play throughout the year. So we're very fortunate to be able to coach and work with such a quality group of young men.
That's a good word from Jason Hess, head coach of the Ashland Arrows boys basketball team. For Chris Mowry and Jason Hess, I'm Brandon Wells saying God bless, Godspeed, have a great off season. We'll see you in a month for baseball. Go Arrows.